Welcome back to My Mythical Meta. My name is Travis, and I'm joined this week by the entire Mythical Meta crew. All of the Metapods are here. I've got Benjamin.
Hello.
Derek.
Here.
Randy.
Hey, you.
And on this week's
News from the Warfront.
We are branching out of our shell into an unknown subreddit that I've never been to before. This was an offering from Derek from R Gaming.
You've never been to R Gaming?
No, I don't go to R Gaming.
Oh boy.
Because it's more video gaming.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
And I simply just don't have the time in my life for video gaming. I do subscribe to the Cyberpunk specifically subreddit because that's the video game I play, but I mean, I'm really not subscribed to any other video game stuff.
Fair.
All right, well, what did they say over in R Gaming?
Okay. This post comes from R Gaming, and we have got looks like husband and wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or wife and wife, I don't know.
Could be wife and wife.
It's at least a wife.
Yeah, at least one female partner in this relationship. But we don't know. The poster says that they've been gaming their entire life, and so that they're better than their wife in pretty much any game they play. And they said the problem is that the wife hates losing. But she also hates if the poster goes easy on her. She'll know that the poster is sandbagging and holding back.
This is my wife.
How dare you let me win? I hate losing. Yeah, so it feels like a lose-lose situation here. The poster said that the wife is also a gamer, but normally co-op games or just kind of like exploring games. PvE means versus environment, right?
Yes.
Okay. So single player or co-op games, not really competitive games. They provide a short list of some games that they've played against each other. Civilization, Smash Ultimate, Mario Kart, Street Fighter 6, chess, and Mario Party. And the poster is asking for suggestions on games where the wife would have a better chance of winning, or where it would not be obvious that the poster is letting her win. He says, I can't just start letting her beat me or she'd know what was up, and that she needs to be convinced that she won on her own. So, we've got a poster who acknowledges that their win percentages are skewed, but they don't want to make it too obvious to the partner that they're trying to make it more even. They say they're better at games, but they want to even out their win percentage. Derek, what's your first suggestion here? What do you think?
Well, this person mentioned Mario Party and chess. Both games, I feel like, trying to win Mario Party is like trying to lose. I feel like if you're losing, you'll win. If you're winning, you'll lose.
Yeah.
So you got that. Chess, I feel like that one's kind of a sneaky game. Like, you got to be pretty good to like fake being bad and making mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
So those are two, don't give up on those yet. But I wanted to mention my favorite genre of games, which are these like co-op games where you and a partner, and this is me playing with Justin, he and I like play like teammates or buddies. It depends on the game. But we have to cooperate, like actually cooperate. Like, I need him to, I'm thinking of the game, It Takes Two, which is about a divorced couple that are trying to, they've been turned into dolls and they're trying to turn back into humans while they're dealing with a divorce, like a pending divorce.
I've seen lots of reviews for It Takes Two.
Oh yeah,
and they're all just shining.
Yeah, it was such a perfect game. There's A Way Out, which I think is made by the same people. Similar thing where you're like two convicts that have to work together to like escape prison and stuff. There's We Were Here Together, We Were Here Forever. There's like this We Were Here franchise where you have two people, you get separated and you have a walkie-talkie that you can communicate with. It's like, one person has one part of the puzzle and you have the other part of the puzzle, and you have to cooperate to figure out together what the puzzle is, so that way you can both advance on.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. It really builds those bonds of friendship and, I guess, partnership for this person.
My wife and I used to play a game on our phones called Space Team.
Yes.
I don't know if Space Team still exists, but surely there are games like it.
Yeah, Overcooked.
Overcooked, is that one?
Yeah, you play chefs trying to, build, meals like that. You got to make a burger in the right order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just like something like that. There's also one called like Moving Out, which is, you have to move your stuff out of a house.
So the idea behind these games is that, I'll talk about Space Team. Each person has a dashboard on their screen, and then each person gets instructions in their queue. And sometimes the instructions are for you, but most of the time the instructions are for your partner. And so you need to call out and tell them what their instructions are. So obviously it creates a really fast, hectic game where somebody's not saying something, and the breakdowns in communication are what make it fun, because that's what's going to cause somebody to fail. Kristen and I also loved to play Octodad on Wii and Wii U. Mm-hmm. This is a game where there's the Octodad, and he has 4 limbs, 2 arms and 2 legs, and it could be from 2 to 4 people, but each person controls a different limb. So you're trying to move Octodad through the environment and to complete these tasks, but you only control 1 arm. So Kristen, I need you to move the leg over so that we can get over there. But she's trying to do something else on her side. So whenever Kristen and I played, we would always, instead of saying you're the legs, I'm the arms, we would always say, okay, each of us is 1 arm and 1 leg. That way we had to cooperate a lot more for those.
I feel like I played that with you guys. Was there a way to have
I
3 or 4
think
people?
you did once.
Okay.
Yeah. I recently saw a game called Chained Together.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Which is basically Only Up, except except it's a multiplayer and you're trying to get out of hell.
Yeah. You're literally chained to someone, and if one person falls, you both get pulled down.
Yeah. I mean, all of these sound perfect.
It's kind of a co-op game, but it's also kind of a competitive. Like, you need to make this jump, or you'll drag us both down. Like, if this person's looking specifically competitive.
Yeah.
I guess the obvious one is, Magic, or just any card game. Like, you can, you can't control RNG, and then even then, she can't see your hand, so you could sandbag a little bit.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. Obviously, I'll always support recommending Magic as a game. Mm-hmm. We've given advice similar to this in a previous News from the Warfront. I think you guys should try a new game that they've never played.
Yeah.
Golf. Actual golf.
Actual real-life golf.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's a board game or a video game, I think this poster and their wife need to be on an even playing field with games they've never played before.
Russian roulette.
Oh my god,
no.
Randy.
but with like a water pistol.
He doesn't want to win now.
With a water pistol. With a water pistol, yeah. But I don't think you mentioned this, but Candyland is exactly 50-50.
I didn't know that about Candyland.
Yeah, I haven't played that since I was an actual child.
I mean, there's 0 decision making, so it's
right.
You each have an equal chance of getting there first.
So, Benjamin, you have 3 kids.
Yep.
2 of which are probably at board gaming age.
Yeah.
And you're in your 30s. So obviously you're a lot smarter and a better gamer, whether it was video games or board games. You've got better hand-eye coordination. You've got better reflexes. Yep. You are better than these children in every way.
True.
Savage.
What are some ways that you have let them win and have them not know that you're letting them win, besides them being stupid children?
Dang.
Well, that part helps because I recently taught Ezra to play Magic, and we're using different types of decks, but sometimes there's interaction or something that I will choose not to play if he's alpha striking or if he has the potential to Alpha Strike, and I have interaction that would blow him out and then win on the backswing, I don't always play it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do. He's got to learn somehow, but
he's got to learn who's the boss somehow.
Right. No, I mean that's interaction and
Benjamin's over here. Who's your daddy?
You? Literally?
I am your father.
There you go. So that's one way. Any game with hidden information. I know y'all already said that, but I take advantage of that. Sometimes if I have hidden information, I will just choose to play optimally, and they will not know. Right.
Yeah.
And another thing that I do is sometimes I will give advice. Right. Say, hey, or I'll point out things that they might miss, like I'll. And this isn't just with Magic, but with any sort of game, you can always say, "Ooh, that thing over there's open. There's no one's on that country, or no one has that spot yet." And you make sure. Now you're just kind of commenting the table, and you're acting like, "Hey, I just noticed this." But if you do it strategically so that you point it out on their turn, you say things like, "Ooh, I hope no one gets that spot before me," or whatever. And they're like, "Ooh, I'm going to go get that spot." And you're like, "No, wait, I want to do it." And they're like, "Ha ha ha, ha, I'm going to get it, Daddy." Okay.
Your kids over there like, I'm about to ruin this man's whole career.
Right? So that's one way. Now, obviously, if that's with kids. With your wife, I would hope that she would pick up what you're doing and she'd be like, "Stop it! You're just letting me win by pointing out all the strategic things on my turn." But it does work with kids. To just think out loud about what you're thinking, but you do it on their turn so that they start thinking the same way.
Yeah. I mean that is classic teacher strategy. When I was a teacher, we literally called it think aloud, where you just model what good thinking looks like while you're doing a task. So I was an English teacher. We would have a passage out, and we would be annotating for literary devices or vocabulary or whatever. And you just go through it and you just model what you want your students to be thinking as they're reading. Mm-hmm. Are you asking a question, noticing a metaphor, whatever. And the same thing can be done during game playing also. Especially on a game with an open board with lots of open information. To say, ooh, I noticed that has a resource that nobody's using. Ooh, I noticed that player is close to winning because they have XYZ on their board. Or whatever. Just that out loud thinking is going to help everyone to think better.
Yeah. You know what I just thought of is asymmetric games where I'm thinking of like Dead by Daylight, where it's 4 humans versus some kind of like monster serial killer type thing. So it's like 4v1, but the 1 is like super powered and the 4 don't really have a way to fight back. So it's, can those 4 escape before the 1 catches them or kills them or whatever? So, that is already kind of built in of like, versus each other. I guess what I'm trying to say. Y'all get it what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
There is a class of games called, what is it? I Cut, You Choose. So there's games like New York Slice.
Yeah, that's a great example.
I have one called Kodama Duo, which is about picking the branches of a tree. So I feel like those types of games would be good for this group because one person has a choice, but then the other person can make a choice also. And they have to compare those choices over and over again in order to make the best number of high-value choices by the end of the game.
Yeah.
That might be a class of game that this player could look at.
Yeah, I think that's a great one. You can do Magic the same way. If they've played Magic and maybe they're better at Magic than their wife, there's always Solomon Draft is like that. You take the rows and you lay them out, and then one person picks and another person picks from the same set of cards a row or a column. And
interesting.
You lay out like, okay, you took 6 packs and shuffled them together, and then you lay out say 5 cards, and one person puts those cards in 2 piles, and then the other person gets to pick a pile for their deck, and then you get the pile that's left over.
So it's just an entire draft playing Fact or Fiction.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That sounds fun, honestly. That sounds cool.
It might turn out that it's one rare and 4 commons. You might split them that way, and the person has to decide: do I take the rare card that's a good card, or do I risk not having enough cards to fill out the deck for my strategy, or whatever. So yeah, it's interesting.
I was thinking maybe party games like Jackbox. Of course, that means you get more than just you and your wife playing.
Yeah.
But gives everyone a chance to be on equal footing, unless she's got a really bad sense of humor.
My wife and I really do like the co-op games. So Pandemic is one, but there's a whole class of, Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, or Derek, I know you and your wife have done some murder mystery games too, but like Hunt a Killer boxes, or things like that where you can work together for a common goal. I think those are great relationship building games to play. Yeah, and no one wins or loses. And I want to kind of double back on, I think Randy was saying the Russian roulette.
No,
I just want to track back on the Russian roulette idea.
This is the last game we ever played.
There's some real benefits to high risk gameplay like this.
How much do you trust me? Do you think I really put a bullet in here? Good lord.
I'm saying party games where people win on a different axis. It doesn't necessarily have to be where it's competitive but different. So I'm thinking of things like Wits and Wagers or
Apples to Apples.
Yeah.
See. Then this husband is just going to be posting on our gaming, guys. My wife is funnier than I am, and I can't take it.
Right.
Can't handle it.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking of games where you don't necessarily need to be right or play well. You just have to know. You have to know the person you're playing against instead. So like, so that's why I was thinking Wits and Wagers or Over Under or.
Derek and Randy. Last time y'all were over, we played Worst Case Scenario.
Yes,
that game was really fun. So Benjamin, in this game, each round is based on one person and how they would rank 5 bad scenarios. So they're dealt the top 5 cards, and then they have to rank how bad they would be from bad to worst. Mm-hmm. And then everyone else has tokens, kind of like in Dixit, or wasn't there another game that you showed me? Anyway, everybody else has tokens, and they rank what they think what they think the order that person would pick. Mm-hmm. It was a ton of fun, actually, because now we know that Derek is super confident about going back to 1200s Middle Ages Europe and just being like, I can survive no problem.
Yeah.
Did I say that, or did I say the other one? Or did I say it was okay?
I thought you said that you were really confident about that, because we were all saying that would be just god-awful. And you were like, I'd rather do that than face a rhino.
Hang glide or so. Well, I wasn't worried about the rhino because I got poor eyesight.
Go for it, Eric. Next time we go to the zoo, just hop on in that cage.
Yeah.
show us how bad the eyesight is.
So yeah, Benjamin, that's a really good idea of saying, it's not the game who decides who wins, it's my knowledge of the other player or whatever.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You could also pick up other hobbies that aren't competitive. Maybe you could build Gunpla together.
Go take a walk.
You touch grass.
You could you could rediscover your passion for each other.
Hey now.
What about running?
All-star.
Running. Pickleball.
Well, I'm thinking of like, if they're asking for a competitive game, running, sprinting, pickleball, things of that nature. Like maybe she's just more athletic.
Darts.
Yeah,
pool.
darts.
Oh, yeah.
Bowl. Ugh.
Full contact football.
Yeah.
I'm confident in my chances.
But that's a good point. Yeah, finding something that she's good at outside of it, it can still be a game though. So if he's better if he's got like better twitch fingers and whatever and wins every video game, then pick something else. If he's got a more strategic mind, go bowling, curling, swimming,
water polo.
Yeah, exactly.
Pole vault, discus.
I think somebody said golf earlier. Just
parallel bars.
Yep, just
figure skating, partner figure skating.
Yep. There you go, done.
I think we've solved this guy's problems.
Well,
they're over. We've saved this marriage. We should all be happy.
Marriage number 2 that we've saved.
So I want
marriage number 3.
Yeah, marriage number 3 that we've saved.
Who was the second one?
We had one from a letter
I remember that.
We had another from a Reddit user who commented back and sent me a message. I told y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of. I don't know about the other one then.
Okay, well, don't say it. Don't. You said the name, but maybe don't say the name.
Who?
Yes.
Are you talking about our or a different? Which? Can you identify the last name, please?
No, but we had a guy who sent us a direct email saying we saved his marriage.
Yeah.
And I'll cut his name out of it.
Yeah, because
I'm sure I would appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We love you. And his wife.
Oh my god. And then there was the other one. It was a fairly early news from the Warfront on Reddit, and they said that we gave a lot of helpful suggestions.
Yeah. If we're wrapping up here, I think that there's a fundamental problem. Okay, we've saved this person's marriage, but they need to, they and their wife both need to reconsider certain priorities, right? So his wife especially needs to kind of look inside and say, why am I so upset at losing all the time? And do I want to, and why am I playing games with someone who's better than me? Maybe the two of them need to reevaluate and say, hey, games aren't about winning, they're about growth, they're about relationship or whatever. Maybe he needs to reconsider, is he always playing to win? Does he bring his level 10 deck to come play?
Yeah, an ultra competitive spirit.
Yeah.
In something that his wife expects to just be quality time together.
Yeah. And then, and of course she doesn't have a chance to win if he's more experienced, even in new games, because he knows the general what games are like better than,
that's
than
true.
A layperson. And so maybe he needs to be staring at her eyes while she studies the board and, things like that. Then when it's his turn, maybe he just takes his turn more quickly or whatever it is so that he can go back to staring into her eyes.
Admiring her.
Wow, the way she rolls those dice. Are those Eldorado
beautiful
gaming
metal
dice?
dice.
Yeah. The way she just drops them into that Captain's Cash dice tower.
Randy, you had
Or
something?
she secretly trains in a game that he's never played before, becomes a master of it, and then just kind of casually is like, hey, you know what? I saw this game the other day. We should try it. And then just wipe the floor with him.
That is the Randy school of gaming.
Surprise, mother trucker.
is practice a game in secret and then demonstrate that you're a master in order to totally embarrass the opponent.
No. I only did that for a game that y'all had been playing for a decade more than me.
Yeah.
This was just so that whenever we do play it, I wasn't just okay, what does the C button do again? Try to relearn the controls every time, and it's I had 45 seconds on screen. Maybe next time I'll remember what the buttons did in 5 minutes.
What game should the wife secretly become an expert at?
Minecraft.
Pinochle.
Fortnite.
Street Fighter 6.
Among Us.
Day trading on the stock market.
Yes. Please, Kristen, secretly become better than me at day trading on the stock market. Please.
Does she not make enough money?
Please surprise
own
me with
in
that.
the stock market. Oh, God, you're killing me.
Oh, dang.
Please don't beat me in the day trading.
Man, your Robinhood account is so much better than mine. All right, all listeners, thank you so much for hanging out with us for this news from the Warfront. And honestly, take our advice to heart. Find a game that you and somebody else have never played before and make it a learning experience that you can go through together. Quality time that you can spend learning a game and learning each other. Thank you for listening. And Benjamin, Derek, Randy, thank you guys for being my great friends. Adios.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Later.
This episode was sponsored by Eldorado Gaming. Use the promo code META for 10% off your order. Please comment, subscribe, and share. This episode was edited by me, Travis Konishek, and our intro and outro music is by Tyler Heath of the Oh Hellos.